you know, in hockey, when a player, here, I'll just use the hockey stick. When a player is taking a slap shot, they're winding up somewhat like this.
Yep.
So there's a lot of whiff, and the blade of the stick is angled downwards towards the ground pretty good. And it stays in that angle as the hockey player is sort of unwinding into the puck. And I think that that's a pretty useful feel for a lot of people in the golf swing.
Hey guys, we'd like to thank our partners at Municipal. Awesome clothing, super comfortable, can wear everywhere. I'm wearing Municipal whether I'm at home doing our swing reviews, whether I'm at the golf course doing videos, hanging out at home, out to eat. You've seen some of the shirts that I'm wearing. I got the polos on here. They fit super nice. They're breathable. The Municipal hats that I like the white, gray, and black, but they have all kinds of different colors and patterns that fit super well. Would highly recommend. So we're super pumped to be partners now with Municipal. We can bring you them, show you their stuff. We're gonna put a code down below, Eric20. We'll put all that in the description down below. Would highly recommend you guys go check them out. Hey guys, Eric here out at the Bethlehem Golf Club. In today's video, we're talking about a drill that I've never seen before, something we've never showed on the channel. A little teaser there, I guess, in the beginning, huh? With us, Mr. Ryan Hager to my right. Ryan, hopefully you've seen the previous video we have done. Ryan coaches out of Plainfield Country Club in New Jersey. He was recently named New Jersey PGA Teacher of the Year.
Yes, sir.
Right, Golf Digest, Best Young Coaches. Has an awesome Instagram. It's where I saw Ryan at. We'll put that on the screen. We'll also link that down below if you want to follow Ryan, go see him. So today's video, I saw you do an Instagram post with this hockey stick. And I'm thinking to myself, Ryan, what the heck are we doing here? So maybe can you talk us through what this hockey stick drill is first?
Sure. Drop it here for a second. I think this is a pretty useful visual. It's one of the reasons I think hockey players generally take to golf pretty well. But the first of the couple things that I think this drill fixes is sort of that inside and wide open takeaway. Would you like me to demonstrate the drill kind of as we get going here?
I think it's, I keep saying hockey stick, but I think it's slap shot drill.
Sure, I call it the slap shot
okay,
drill
slap
generally.
Slap shot drill.
You know, in hockey, when a player, here, I'll just use the hockey stick. When a player is taking a slap shot, they're winding up somewhat like this.
Yep.
So there's a lot of whiff, and the blade of the stick is angled downwards towards the ground pretty good. And it stays in that angle as the hockey player is sort of unwinding into the puck. And I think that that's a pretty useful feel for a lot of people in the golf swing, especially like I just said, the typical slicer of the ball who takes the club way inside and open. If you split your hands like a hockey player and start to feel sort of that position in the early part of the backswing, I think this amplifies what you feel in your wrists, your elbows, your forearms, your shoulders. It's going to sort of start to give you this awareness of how much turn you need in the first part of the backswing, and it can clean up a lot of those sorts of issues for tons and tons of golfers.
Yeah, and I think you said that what's beautiful in there with all these drills we do too, right, is like we're looking for feels, cues, things that we could transfer to our full swing. And obviously when we can have it like a different sport that maybe someone played, that's a lot of times it's easy to cue. So this is really, you know, I would say we could two-part this thing, right? Kind of two phases to it. If we wanted to build, you know, a beautiful backswing and fix those flaws. If you could take your setup, Ryan, let's dig into the initial takeaway piece first. So the main issue we would see in the lesson tee all the time or online lessons, you show us that, the sort of excessive roll, inside, club face open look, right? That'd be the most common. So if we do the slap shot drill, not the hockey stick drill, and maybe can you talk us through some of the things you'd be looking for, some of the things you'd be feeling in the early takeaway phases?
Absolutely. The most glaring difference that I feel is mostly with my forearms. I feel tons of rotation as I send the club inside and open, and it's certainly not, you know, rotating in the other direction. It's just I feel very little, if any. So I really I feel my right palm sort of facing down to the ground, or the back of the left hand facing more down to the ground. And obviously that's going to have a pretty significant effect on the face, as well as the angle of the shaft.
And if you show it, can you show us, Ryan, with a normal grip, like what's a perfect takeaway? It's usually like a P2 perfect. So like that's what we're really looking for, right?
Yeah.
Kind of club head even width or just outside your hands perhaps, maybe the toe just in front of the heel.
Yes.
That'd be fairly normal. But what you're saying is if you're the golfer who like rolls in here, which isn't that, you have to feel that bizarre just to get it to look neutral.
Absolutely.
We don't maybe actually want them out there. We want that good version you showed, but they got to feel that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A phrase that myself and I'm sure every other coach in America uses on a daily basis is that feel and real are not the same thing. So the feel of the swing and what's actually happened are probably tens to, sometimes 100 degrees away from each other.
Isn't that wild?
It's unbelievable. And I think the same goes for lots of things. If you're someone who struggles with a really over the top, for a right-handed golfer, left club path, 10 degrees, let's say, feeling a 10-degree difference to get to 0 is not even close to enough. It's got to probably feel 50 degrees.
I would say 100.
100 degrees
country mile
to the right to really make significant
any sort of
change.
difference. So let's do our setup again. Such a key code. We should say that in literally every video. And let's do the split, the slap shot drill, and let's do just the takeaway. So I know you're saying the club face piece is the lack of forearm rotation. If you have way too much forearm rotation early, you've got to feel at least no forearm rotation, maybe counter rotation.
Yep.
I mean, so which like, let's put your normal grip on there and like over exaggerate that counter. Yeah. So like, look how stupid that looks. You may need to feel that on day one to produce neutral, right?
Yeah.
Side note, then we also were talking about the trail arm on top of the lead arm early. That's another sensation you have when you're doing that drill.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel the right sort of shoulder moving up, the left shoulder moving slightly down. I feel a little sort of contraction almost, left side of my body.
And this would be what the player's going to feel. And then ideally we're like confirming that with video, finding neutral within those feels. Let's say we do that initial part and we call that step one.
Yes.
So we're kind of in this first position with the split grip. And then what are the things we'd be doing from there to the top?
I think the benefit to the second half of the backswing that this drill can have is it'll give you the sensation of lots of width.
Yeah.
I think your dictionary definition of width is sort of arc width of the club head, of the grip, the distance you kind of keep things from your sternum.
Yeah.
Things like that. So this drill also, I use it for that. The person who kind of has lots of right arm or trail arm collapse or wrist hinge, and they get the club really close to themselves. That person typically is not rotating their body very much. They get a sense of swing length. And it feels like they've completed a long backswing when really all they did was fold their arms up. So feeling some width will help that person generate a little more torque as they get to the top of their swing.
And I see that. Do you see that? I see that all the time.
All the time.
All the time. So like when you're doing that, I didn't mean to butt in there, but I think like that's, man, I see that a lot. The trail arm too bent, the wrist overhinged.
This person
a lot.
Versus.
Boom. Can you do the split? Let's do the split grip, the slap shot. So we're doing the takeaway part early, and then from there to the top, feeling the trail arm wider. And then you feel any wrist angle differences there compared to normal?
Compared to normal for me, no.
Okay, but your wrists are good.
That feels like a backswing to me. I think that person would feel a pretty significant change to wrist angles. Probably would feel like the shortest swing of their life from the arm perspective, but it might be the biggest turn they've ever made.
You might feel like the shortest swing of their life, but the biggest turn they ever made. Yeah. So let's do that just one more time. Boom, and then to the top. So the trail arm's wider. Probably a lot of people would need to feel a little more trail wrist extension, would you say? Maybe a little twist of the face compared to normal. That'd be a beautiful way to practice that. And then a little bit of maybe trail shoulder from there to the top, right? A little bit of trail shoulder retraction.
Sure.
I think those things, Ryan, too, not only for the players who maybe over roll it early, are too narrow at the top, really those things would be a good way to build a fundamental swing. even if you, let's just one more. I know I said that before, but I lied. One more, I mean 3. Let's do like a neutral takeaway, even like half exaggerated. Even if you went from there, and can you do that with a split grip, like a neutral? Let's even say someone went from there and then to the top. Even if someone's takeaway was neutral and they drilled from there to there, there's no risk involved there.
I would say no.
Yeah, it's a good foundational thing to build in to your swing. And you mentioned the body motions almost all the time. I think you would agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
The things we see later on the swing, there's something earlier that's playing a role. One of the things I love about the split grip is it essentially forces you, right, to have some of those good body motions.
Absolutely, yeah. But, you know, there's 10, 20 things that, especially as people who are posting social media sorts of videos and things like that, the buzzwords in sort of virtual golf instruction are early extension and steep club shaft and, you know, casting. All those things are clearly bad, but they're not happening for no reason. You know, the root cause is generally a lot earlier in the swing. So, you know, the typical inside open collapse will come with a lot of this in the downswing, and that's the part they hate the most, but they can't fix that without changing the first part of the swing.
100%, dude. Could you do maybe one or two rehearsals, and then we'll hit 1 or 2 with it? Beautiful. Yeah, see, that's money. And are you feeling a little bit of that, like pushing the trail arm away from there to the top with that drill?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of that.
That's the sensation I get a lot with that too. Let's see that beautiful golf swing with those feels. And for you, and this is different sometimes for us, which is like, you know, we've been playing a long time. We have decent patterns in there now. So some of those things shouldn't feel super exaggerated, but for the player who's in the beginning phases of that, it would need to be like, holy shit, go look on camera. Oh, that looks kind of right? And then like versions of that for a little bit in the beginning.
If it doesn't feel like holy shit, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, we just went from PG 13 to R. Let's do one more. If we could do one more little kind of drill feel and then hit. Yeah, beautiful. Good. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's pure, dude. So that's solid. I mean, basically all of us are trying to swing and hit like Ryan does. What a beautiful golf swing, a beautiful drill. And I think, you know, listen, we see a lot of the same things, whether it be in person or online, a lot of the same fundamental things. So these drills like this, I saw Ryan's slap shot drill. That's the part I've never seen before, but the concepts a lot of times remain the same. So I love that one. Hopefully that helps you guys building a backswing. I know there's some downswing benefits to the slap shot. Maybe that'll be for a future drill, but kind of backswing focus here. If you guys enjoyed this video, we're gonna put a little card on the screen, similar YouTube style video. If you're hanging out watching, go ahead and click that. Also put cogornogolf.com. Would love to see you there.